Dear members of the Board of Directors, hello. My name is Gabriel Romari and I am Communication Manager at GANALITI. Today I come before you to present to you our concept for your pop-up store. You have presented us with an issue your company currently faces, the certain lack of youth in your customer base, which you'd like to grow. Now, my everyday job is to manage brand images and influence. Brand loyalty is not an easy thing to create, let alone with so little time. So, with our team, we decided to take the highway. Nowadays, there are many individual people or groups of people with an already well-established loyalty within the population, and particularly within the young population. Our plan is to open a pop-up store at the center of Paris for 7 days only, but with a renowned artist for every single one of these days. Brand association has been a proven to be effective strategy for a long time. We believe associating your image to modern icons is the way to go for Gant.
The choice of said icons is of course up for debate. However, in order to get a clear view of what we could look like, we want to invite 7 artists. Now, influence is very volatile market. We cannot keep track of how many people have fallen from adulate icons to verified creeps in the span of a week. Those famous people we selected are completely free of relevant scandals, but even one long badly timed tweet can create a resentment from our potential customer base. This is unfortunately a part of the investment, and many have already paid the price. For example, Adidas, when they developed a close partnership with Kanye West, but then he started sharing neo-Nazi messages. To prevent this kind of disaster, we picked artists with knowledge of the world of influence and people with little to no political public presence. I should also be imperative to include clauses for guns to be able to break contracts whenever needed.
Now, how do we plan on doing so? Well, we envision 3 main points for the event. The first, being the Golden Goose, is an hour-long signing session at our store, for which the artist would do the promotion as an opportunity of meeting him and getting hand-signed sweatshirt, hoodies or t-shirts. Those clothes can be regular Gant clothes available for purchase in our store, but they could also be the second part of our strategy, limited edition embroidered hoodies in partnerships with our guests. Finally, the third step is a random giveaway of Gant clothes. This is a very classic yet effective formula to gain followers on your social media accounts.
To host this event, we wanted to find a place both large enough to welcome our guests, their teams, their fans, and all the equipment and stock, and at the center of Paris for easy access. This place exists, and we found it Rue Turenne, in the 3rd arrondissement. It is very accessible, as it is very close to the metro station from lines 1, 3, 5, and 8.
This entire project will take time and money. If our project sparks your interest, we are aware that you offer 200,000 francs for the entire pop-up store. However, this has proven to be a bit too slim when we integrated the budget for the guests that make up the very core of our concept. We are still calculating exact cost, but at current stage, we plan on 30,000 for the studio, 12 for the staff, 3 for graphic designer to create a guest exclusive collection, 80 to 110 in product theme made in French, embroidered clothes if produced ourselves, 10 for the furniture, and finally 50 for the guests. This does not include regular Gant clothes that we assume as you will provide. As you can see, this is exactly the given budget, which will probably force us to take long to cover unforeseen spending. However, we believe our revenue will be more than double the overall cost with the custom hoodies alone. According to our calculation, by producing only the planned quantity, the sale of hoodies will create an income of 525,000 euros and a benefit of 325. And again, we do not even account for the sales of other Gant sales, since we did not include them in our total cost.
But why don't we raise those prices? 150 euros for a made in France embroidered hoodies is actually quite cheap. And we added the image of a famous person. So why limit ourselves to a 5-fold margin? Well, we believe that the main purpose of our pop-up store isn't profit. The main objective of the store is to create brand loyalty. And we do so by offering relatively cheap clothes with good quality, that is sustainable, that will last, and finally, something ethically produced in France. We believe it is through those moral values that you will make yourself a place in users' mind. That's all we have for you today, but we would love to get a feedback if you believe we can improve our store in our common objective.